Hey guys, so my last videos I covered the fact that you have to monitor your diet, and then I delved into how you should portion control and using that method. So now I'm going to teach you how to calorie count. And specifically, it's really how to track your calories, right? So who uses it? And why is it even beneficial? Well, people like physique competitors, people that have to make a certain weight class and a certain body fat percentage, they'll use it. People that have a personality where they're meticulous with their diet, or they need rules, they need structure, they need something to follow, they're going to use this. Also, people use this as a form of education. They want to learn exactly how many calories are in the food that they eat. So they may use this method. So where do we start? We need a measuring tool, and we need to know how many calories you're allowed. What's your budget? What is your calorie budget? Firstly, the tools. Really easy. Digital scale and a counting calorie app. Everyone uses myfitnesspal, so check them out. Okay, so next is to find out how big your budget is. How many calories can you have for your weight and for the goal that you want to achieve? How you do that is you use a calculator. It gives you a really great starting point of what your calories and what your macronutrient split will be. So how much protein, carbs, and fats you should be having. And stick around to the end of this, guys, because I'm going to give you a present. So make sure you stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a gift, a free gift. So you got your tools, you know your budget now because you use a calculator. You go ahead and you enter all that into the app. Now, before you sit down before every meal or before every meal prep, before you prepare the meals for the week or whatever it is, or for the day, or for the night, you're going to weigh each ingredient, or you're going to scan barcodes depending if you're eating packaged food, and you're going to enter that into the app, and then you're done. Basically, the app is now going to auto debit from your calorie budget, right? So you're going to continue this for each and every meal throughout the whole day until you blow your budget, basically. And hopefully you don't go into red and you don't go into debt, right? But don't worry, if you have and you've blown your budget for the day, just make your budget smaller the next day to compensate. Now, you're probably thinking, all right, so I can't always scan a barcode for all the food I'm going to have. I sometimes eat out. I can't bring the scales with me. So look, I understand. And there's ways to get around this. You've got two options. You can be completely antisocial and not eat, which is not a good option. Or you can just guesstimate, right? So if the restaurant has similar food to another restaurant that's in the app that you can search for, you'll use that and you'll enter that into your app. Or you may roughly know how much you're having by eyeballing the food, and you enter that into the app. It's better to guesstimate than to not track it at all. As long as you're consistent with your guesstimating, as long as you're consistent with how you're using the app and how you're tracking your calories, you're always weighing your ingredients after they're cooked, and you're always doing it the same way, that's the main thing. There's always inaccuracies, but at least you'll be more accurate when you're using the calorie counting method. So if I was actually coaching someone, what I would do is I would set their calories, I would set their macronutrients using the calculator, and then I would just track their body weight throughout the week and see if it went up and down. And if it went up and their goal was to lose weight, first thing I'll do is I'll just cut some of the carb calories out and then see how that affects the diet. Now again, the first step is to remove carbs. You're not going to remove protein, right? Because protein is the foundation of every diet. So now you know the tools, now you know how to use the tools and what your budget is from the calculator. What's the next steps for you right now? Well, just like I said in the other videos, you've got to start small, right? Let's try for 1 week to calorie count 1 meal a day, right? And then once you've completed that goal, then go to 2 meals a day. And then before you know it, you'll be able to track the calories in all your meals, and you'll become a counting calorie pro. Now, remember to always track your body weight and adjust your diet accordingly, right? So if you're gaining weight when you want to lose, you're going to take some carbs out. If you want to gain weight and you're losing weight, you're going to add some, right? So anyways, even if you don't use this method or you try it and you don't like it, the minimum thing that you're at least going to learn is how much calories and how many macronutrients are in the food you eat. And at least that's something you'll get out of this method if you don't use it for the long run. Now, you've made it to the end of the video. I've got a present for you. I'm going to give you the calorie calculator and macronutrient calculator I use every day, and the one I use to set up my clients' diets. So I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to put it in the comments. I'm going to send you a link. It's going to take you to a website where you can download the calculator. Okay, guys? If you've got any questions, again, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you soon.